Hey, welcome back. It's another day, another little project. How are you doing? Now I'm not talking to the 4 people that are watching the video. I'm actually talking to the camera because I haven't used it in a while and I'm afraid its feelings might be hurt. Just don't feel like dealing with the big, cumbersome DSLR today. Have, however, misplaced a battery and just found it. Sweet. Probably flat. Got another one on the charger. Ooh, I don't know what you are. Gross, go away. Today we are going to be putting push buttons on the steering wheel to lock and unlock the torque converter. And I needed latching switches. On, push and stay. Push again to turn it off. It's a latching switch. And I bought a whole pack of these for like 10 bucks. So they're probably junk, but I'm not going to be running a ton of amps through it. So they should be okay. Plus I have a ton of replacements should a couple of them go bad. I'll just keep all these in the glove box just in case. What I'm going to do is I have already done the pokey bit thing on this switch right here. This is for the, that was for the cruise control. And my thought was the trans controller might accept a momentary on or off signal to lock and unlock the torque converter. And it will, but it wants to see constant voltage. So I could turn it on and then whatever the program parameters are in the controller, just turn it right back off once it wasn't in the parameters again. And the same thing with the off, I could manually turn it off, but then once the program took over again and it wasn't seeing the voltage, it would do its own thing again. So I'm going to take these little guys, we'll take that little guy out. There's already a positive and a negative here because I made that work. So I've got power up here, so now I just need to find my wires that go to the actual module for the transmission, which lives in here. That's in a harness bundled up somewhere. I gotta find those wires, run them over here under the dash. Yeah, I know you couldn't see that. Make a switch cover for that and then go for a ride. And I'm hungry. I haven't had breakfast yet, so I need to see if I can get this done so I can actually go to the store and buy stuff so I can make breakfast. That way. Alright, this is what we're dealing with. I went ahead and took this little guy off. I mean, really, it's not attached. It kind of just fell off in my hands. No airbag, no nothing. And this switch clips in with these little guys here, I think. Yep. Come out of there. Maybe not. I might have to take this little plate off. The switch might go that way, this way. So, torques. We take this little plate off, pull that switch, and these are my power connectors. So let's take this thing apart and get my switches out. Alright, I had visions of having to make a metal plate to fit in the hole. Oh, hello. Just right, and I actually have a piece of metal I could use, and I had going through my head the script of where that piece of metal came from, what I was doing with it, how I was going to shape it, what I was going to do to make a custom piece. But I think it won't be as cool, but it'd be a lot simpler if I could just reuse this switch housing. I've already got it out. I've got it gutted. There's a little tactile thingy. It doesn't go dooka dooka, it just goes. That's a little springy piece of rubber in there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill holes there, and probably have to go all the way through to the back side too. And then I'm going to have to figure out how to keep this thing. Oh, you're not focusing. What's the matter with you? Then I'm going to have to figure out a way to keep this thing from doing that and driving me bananas, and also flopping around, because these little these little indentations here, they locate it in that little metal plate. I've got some thinking to do. Some thinking. Some figuring. That way. Don't know what that was. This is the biggest bit I got. Another thing I discovered, this thing's on a hangulation. So I gotta go in that way instead of that way. So nice and careful. I don't think it's gonna matter with the, yeah, I'm just gonna, not cutting it. Weird. Maybe I should just quit being so timid. Nice off-center hole. Dummy. Tried to go through my finger. Another nice off-center hole. Ay, ay, ay. That's right though. Break out the Dremel and I'll clean that out. Make it right size. Decided to make a grocery run because getting very hungry and it's getting distracting. So what did I do? What we have here, potatoes and avocado oil with some Italian, quote unquote, air quotes, seasoning, and onions and garlic, and that be corned beef, hot Italian sausage, and bacon. So if you see a wardrobe change, that means I put myself into a food coma and slept the rest of the weekend. So I'm probably gonna eat a lot of that. Next thing I gotta figure out is, how do I fry an egg on a grill surface without it going through? Oh, I forgot the cilantro. I'll go ahead and put a lot of that on there. And my battery's going flat. Oh well. I have done some soldering. It's not my best work. Who am I kidding? It is my best work. Gonna heat shrink that stuff on there. Oh, and I've discovered a problem with my work surface. It's not level, so everything kind of rolls off of it. I'm gonna shrink those guys onto there to kind of strengthen that joint. Then I gotta figure out how to make it go in there. Then I gotta figure out how to make up for that on this side. I'll probably put a big nut on there and just kind of just leave it floating. We'll see what happens. Got dinosaurs living up in my trees. Raptors. Anyway, breakfast. Man, it is bright out here, and it's now lunchtime, but whatever. Breakfast is looking alright. Got some BCBs in there. I'm going to forego trying to figure out how to grill a fried egg. I'm going to throw that on a plate and I'm going to take a quick break. Then I'm going to go back to siphon on that because it's wearing me out. Something must have babies or want to make more babies. I don't know what's going on up there. I've been screaming like that all morning. Oh well, let's go eat something. This is where she sits right now. Of course, I found my manual and I wired it backwards. These should be black, that should be red. whatever. Not like that there's anything at all consistent about this build at all. So this thing is asking for red torque converter on lock. Switch it to 12 volt. Green torque converter lock. Switch to ground to lock it up. So yeah, I wired it backwards, but whatever. Onwards and that away. So I was looking at my diagrammicals there, and I figured out which breakout I needed for the module in there, because there's 3 breakouts, 4 if you count the breakout for that. So the breakout I need goes light. That's him right there. Goes up in here along. I hit my head. Oh, don't. And right there. There she is. I'm going to cut that zip tie and fish the red and green wires out. That's my dome light, in case you're wondering. Once I fish my red and green wires out, I'm going to join them up together to the blue wire here. After it goes through the little, I don't know how that switch in there works. Witchcraft. It comes down through the column, comes down into there. I'm going to plug all that stuff up. It's really stinking hot, and I still got to do yard work and other stuff. But this needs to do. This needs to do. This needs doing. This is the thing that what needs doing. Whatever. Had a brief moment of excitement there. Applied some conductivity mitigation. We'll just call it that. Some of this stuff. Spray liquid tape, which I've never really liked before. Never had much luck applying it, but it went on nice on this one application for some reason. What I figured out what had happened was my spacer in there, which I put on these terminals, cut through my heat shrink just enough and into the solder to bridge a connection there, and it was touching that, which has positive going to it. So when I made this connection on this switch, a horn blew. Scared the crap right out of me. So I had to back up, undo everything, and now I'm about to redo everything again. I'm glad it was the first connection I made under there though. Put it all back together, put it back on the steering wheel, and see if it works. Whew, okay, it's in. And no dramas. Put it in this time, and it didn't scream at me when I made a connection. Man, it scared the crap out of me. Simple fix. It's all hooked up, ready to go. I need to clean my workstation off there. Then I can go for a ride. Yay! Let's take it for a quick run around the block, shall we? Wind noise like crazy in here, I know, sorry. Torque converter lock doesn't want to lock up until it gets to 84 degrees, I think, transmission fluid temp. Which shouldn't take any time at all because it's like 90 billion degrees outside. Right now I got it locked out so I can't do anything. So, I'll show you the display. Unlock it. And it's going to stay locked. Nope. It does its own thing still. That's disappointing. All that for nothing. But, let's poke around and see what else I can figure out. Hawks are still going bananas. One over there, and one over there, and every now and then one will fly over, but I never have the camera out and ready to go with a lens that'll catch them. Big buggers too. Anyway, that's it for today. Didn't quite work the way I wanted it to, but maybe it did. I don't know. I'm going to dig around on some forums, see if there's a setting I can tweak that will make this thing work, because I'm getting really tired of the torque converter locking and unlocking as I'm cruising down the highway for no reason. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Oh man, I'm going to need a mop for that one. So I was looking at